Hi there, and welcome to Career Stories Live. So today is the 56th episode, and I'm here with Ethan Cobley, who is a data analyst at SplashBI, which is part of a degree apprenticeship in data science and AI. So welcome, Ethan.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. So Ethan popped up on a post that I saw about 4 weeks ago from the University of Sussex when they were talking about a new apprenticeship programme, and that Ethan was one of the first people on it. So I got in touch and asked him to come on, and I'm really pleased to say that he did. So it's going to be a great conversation. So anyone that's watching, please do comment to let us know that you're here, where you're watching from, and feel free to ask any questions that you might have for Ethan in the comments. If you're watching on replay, then do the same, and we'll go back to those later on. So just a very quick basis for the live. So I've always been really interested in what people do, why they do it. I like to learn about different roles and career paths. And the aim really is to inspire thought about what people can do after school or college, give people advice on where to source information, and the guests generally give some really good career tips. So with that in mind, Ethan, can you give us a brief intro into you and what it is you do right now, work and study-wise?
I can. So I am a data analyst for SplashBI, as you mentioned. I kind of do hybrid for work and my studies. So I would do basically 2 weeks at home, but within that 2 weeks, I'll spend Monday to Wednesday down at the uni because I've got to do a in-person lecture. I'm currently moving more into a CSM role as well. I'm picking that up. So currently learning about different businesses, about our customers, what they do, how we can use their data in order for us to push for more of our products and how it can help them.
Okay.
With our studies, well, my studies, sorry. We have just finished our first modules for business and maths. So we've just finished our first mathematical concepts, and we've just finished it was like a simulation kind of thing. We, for 6 or 7 weeks, we did a massive simulation of a company. We all worked in a group.
Okay.
And now we have to go away and write a 3,000-word essay on it. It was actually very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It was actually good to see how other people think about it when you're coming into the simulation as well, because I thought just sell the highest profit thing, but then we did that for a couple of weeks. It started to not work a tiny bit, so we moved it onto a different plan of action that somebody else suggested, and that worked a lot better, and I didn't think it would. So it was good to see that.
That's really good. So kind of trying things out as you go along. And did you find that writing the essay was kind of better than you remembered it being at school?
I haven't started it yet.
Okay.
It's nice because I'm the youngest person on the course, and there's a lot more mature. I think there's a 22-year-old and there's a 34-year-old. So we've got very different age brackets, and we've split each of the sections up, and we're going to do each of the sections and bring it back together next week.
Yeah.
So I do need to start that, but I think it should be a lot better than school.
Yeah.
Because we've got teams, we've got everything that we actually need. At school, you just kind of like, should we go to the chip shop and go and get some food? It was very informal and you didn't want to do it. But at uni, you're at Sussex anyway, you feel privileged to be there rather than actually having to be there. I think that's the difference.
That's really good, yeah. And that whole collaboration, that's such an important skill to learn as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to talk loads more about the course, but before we do that, so early careers, so whilst you were at school or college, did you have a job? And if you did, has that helped you in any way?
Actually didn't. This my first job, so I jumped straight in the deep end.
Okay.
I went from last year, from finishing my A-level, studying, and then 3 months later, I was driving myself down to Brighton every 2 weeks and getting into a full-time job.
Wow.
All on my own. It was a very big leap, but very glad I made it.
Yeah. Okay, good. So when you were at school, what subjects did you enjoy, and did that help you choose your degree apprenticeship subject?
I was very into IT.
Yeah.
So I did a bit of computing at my old school, well, my old school. And
Yeah.
then I also did a lot of business, as the school that I went to was JCB
Okay.
Academy. So they push for a lot of STEM. So business, maths, everything like that.
Yeah.
They did it that much that you couldn't actually choose a like history, geography.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you had mandatory business and engineering.
Right.
And then
Okay.
the only thing that you could choose was French, Spanish, or more engineering.
Right. Okay. So you had to be into that if you went to that school in the first place, then I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the maths that I chose was very, very good as well.
Yeah.
Because my sister went through maths and further maths, and she
Okay.
said, don't do further maths, you would not like it. So I didn't choose it. I'm very glad that I didn't, because I probably would have dropped out maths as a whole.
Oh,
Because
really?
it was awful. But very glad I did it, because
Yeah.
it's helped so much with this course.
Yeah, and that's really good. And you said before we came live that quite a lot of your IT influences come from your dad as well.
Yes. So he's been working with IT for 34 years,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
And he's been working with Oracle ever since I've been born. So
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
could even walk, I was hearing Oracle database stuff. So
Oh, really?
yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So how did the idea of a degree apprenticeship come about?
When I was at JCB, we did a lot of career events. So
Okay.
they just got a bunch of people to push through, get them into a hall, and you walked around and you went to go look at them. And
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of them. I was in year 10, year 11 at the
Yeah.
time. And then there was Rolls-Royce, JCB, loads of different Bombardier, loads of companies that were offering out part-time or full-time jobs as soon as you came out of GCSEs, not A-levels. And then
Okay.
as I walked over to Rolls-Royce, there was actually degree apprenticeships. And I've
Yeah.
obviously heard about apprenticeships before, because I could have done that instead of A-levels and apply for them.
Yes.
But then I found out about level 6, level 7, level 8 apprenticeships. And so I talked to them about it, and they said there is pretty much no downside to it. You get the same level of apprenticeship awards.
Yeah.
You get paid for it. You don't get any debt.
Yeah.
And you move through only a year afterwards. But
Mhm.
so since then, that's all I did. I just
Yeah.
applied for as many apprenticeships as I could, because I knew that's what I wanted.
Okay.
It was, there was.
Okay. So how many did you apply for before you got offered the one that you wanted?
Oh God, I probably could even count them.
Really?
Because you're not limited.
Okay. Yeah.
The worst thing that I didn't want to happen was I apply for 10, and then they all turn around and go, sorry, no, we don't want you. And then
Yeah.
3 of them turn around and say, oh, could you go through the next stages, get through here? And then they still say no.
Yeah.
So, and then if you apply for 40 or 50, and then you've got 4 of them saying yes to you,
Yeah.
you've got the choice. You don't feel like you're being chosen.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. Excellent. So how does it work then? Do you find the course first, or do you find the organisation, or is it different for each case?
Big question. It depends of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Some organizations offer a lot of different subjects. So you can move into, I'm using Rolls-Royce a lot, for example, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a good example. You can move into mechanical manufacturing, degree
Yeah.
apprenticeship. You can move into business. You can move into so many different ones. But if you wanted to find something that was very specific, such as even like veterinary or medical is very, very hard to come by,
Yeah.
especially in a degree apprenticeship. You would have to do the course first and then find the organization.
Right. Okay.
So it's very dependent on what you want to do and how many people are offering that course.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the one that you're doing then, so how did you go about finding that one? How did that all happen for you?
It's actually from work experience. We were all on a call. I was sat upstairs with my dad working with Oracle, and we started talking with a few bosses, different people, and Graham said, "Oh yeah, we're looking at getting some apprenticeships later on down the line."
Yeah.
And I said, jokingly, admittedly,
Yeah.
why don't we talk when I finish my A-levels? And said, yeah, let's do it. So
Yeah.
I sent him a message through my dad once I finished it, and he said, no, let's have a serious conversation about it. So we spoke a few times on a different calls, and he said, we would like to have you on board. And here I am.
Brilliant. That's really good. So you definitely showed a bit of kind of proactive kind of behavior there by going in and asking about it and following it up, like you said. Yeah. So do you think then that that's something that really helped you? If you got other people that maybe that that have struggled to find an apprenticeship or anything like that?
I wouldn't. Some people don't have the facilities to get to the position where I was to ask them, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Being able to just, even just talking to random people,
Yeah.
just turning up to a careers event, and then you see someone giving out orders to all the people lower down, and you go and talk to him instead of all of the other people, and then you give him his contact details.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that that will help you so much in the long run.
Yeah.
They could be a customer to your business later on down the line, and you've already built up that pre-connection before you've even spoke to him.
Yeah, that's really good. So definitely following up with people is something that's really, really important when you're trying to find an apprenticeship role.
100%.
Good. Okay. So a bit more about your program then. So how is it structured? What's your kind of a typical week?
So I will have Monday, Tuesday, just working from home. I'll go from the start, but it seems that it will go online. The online week. We'll go Monday and Tuesday. Just working on my projects, and then Wednesday I'll do from 10 till 12 on calls.
Okay.
And I have 12 to 1 to do some work on the prior call, and then 1 to 2 lunch. 2 to 4 I've got another call, which is, it's normally maths in the morning, business in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then from 4 to 5 I've work to do on the business. But to be fair, any part of the day you can work on it yourself, even on the weekends, which you will have to put self-study time into it.
Yeah.
Because you only get that one day, and most of it's taken by lectures.
Right.
So
okay.
Any time that you find a gap, just do 20 minutes of work, because it lessens the impacts. If you've got a deadline in a week and you've got 10,000 words that need to be wrote, if you've done 20 minutes a day, it helps a lot.
Yeah, definitely. So being time disciplined is really important.
Yes. Don't just think, oh, I'll get it done next Wednesday. I'll get it done next Wednesday. Just spend 20 minutes on it a day. It won't take a lot. Just boot up your laptop, write a bit.
Yeah.
You can be 4,000 words down before you've even started it.
Yes.
And then the week after, I'll come down to Brighton on Monday, and then stay over until Wednesday. So I'll have Monday and Tuesday in the office, and then Wednesday is a long day for me. I get into the uni for about 9:30. And I've got lectures until 10 to 1.
Yeah.
And then 2 to 5, and then I've got to drive back from Brighton up to Derby.
Wow.
That is a long day.
That is a long day, yeah. And you said it's a really small program of the delegates.
Yeah, there's only 3 people on it, and I'm not sure if in some of the social media posts that have been made on Sussex uni page, there's a photo of everybody there, and there's more professors in the room sat on the table than there actually are on with us.
Oh, funny. I mean, it's amazing that they've put it on. I mean, amazing for you, they've put it on with that few people. I guess it's something they're trying to grow.
Yeah, because this is the first year they've overrun it. And
Right.
the only thing that I could say that they did better was to hurry it up in the process. But obviously, it's the first time that they've ran it that I can't really say that. And I said I
Yes.
shouldn't be saying it because I know in the future you've already made it. It's because there was so many issues with the IT and stuff like that. But moving on in the future, it'll be streamlined. You'll literally go, we want this person on this, and then you'll go, it's done.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's good. And that's an interesting point that you made earlier about the age range of the three of you that are on it. So the apprenticeship's not limited to an age or anything like that?
No. So I'm 18, and just in 3 people, we've got it ranged to 35, 36.
Yeah.
It's very odd because I've gone from being in a classroom with 16, 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds, all the way being in the same class and then being on the same level as a 35 or 36-year-old.
Yeah.
He's lived his life. He's got a child. He's got a wife, and I'm just like, I'm just starting.
Yeah, that's good. But do you think that you're learning much, learning more maybe for having that kind of diversity in age?
Yes, it's going to be beneficial, definitely, especially with maturity in writing, maturity in decisions.
Yeah.
Just, I can impact it in, I don't know, a youthful way, I suppose. I'm not sure how, but it definitely impactful to have that different age range instead of having all of the same age.
Yeah. No, that's good. And are you going to be going out to kind of other schools and colleges to promote this kind of thing, do you think, on behalf of Sussex?
I was actually talking about that today, and I said, as I found out about degree apprenticeships at my old school, why don't I go away and promote it?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it over in my own head and saying, they've only just set it up. There's 3 people.
Yeah.
They've already had the careers event, so I couldn't do it this year anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
But if it comes around to next year, I may bring it up with my boss and go, will this be beneficial for the company to bring in some new talent as well?
Yeah.
So it's more of a time game. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it's running. We'll see how the company's doing, and then we may
do that. Yeah. So we talked a bit offline as well about what happens at the end of the degree apprenticeship. Are you guaranteed a job or anything like that?
It's nobody can guarantee anything. Nobody can guarantee that you'll even finish for 4 years. There's anything. There's so many number of things that can happen. It's very unlikely if you've got it and if you've not been rude or anything in the first year, you've not done anything to put anybody off, you've not done any work, you're going to have a bad time. It's not going to end well. But if you're respectful, you get on with your work, you're active within the community, you're doing everything a right employer should do, and then going to the uni and being the best version of yourself you can be, there's no reason of why you can't do that 4 years. It's, and then the guarantee of a job, it could not even depend on all of that. It could depend on how the company's doing. It could depend on numbers. It could be if it's actually worthwhile you joining. Normally, you do get offered a job at the end. But it's anybody's game. Nobody can say.
Can't say for sure.
Yeah.
So do you find that you've got the opportunity to get involved in kind of university life as well as your work life, or is it a bit too hard to balance everything?
It's a bit too hard balance for me because I'm so far away from uni. I can't just say, oh, I'm going to spend another night down here and go out and go play some rugby, because I don't have time for it, as I've got to be in work the next day. However, there's so many different chances that you can get. There's so many different clubs. You literally just click on, Canvas. I'm not sure if you're aware of that as a software. You just click on Canvas and go to events. You've got about 300 events happening in the next 2 months.
Really?
There's so much to do.
Yeah. So if there was something you wanted to do, you could probably plan it in somehow, but I guess it's the everyday stuff is not so easy.
Yeah, well, I could definitely do it.
Yeah. Excellent. So what made you choose University of Sussex?
It's probably the moderness
Yeah.
of this this course. I forgot the word course for
Yeah.
a second. How modern the course is, because of it's only just been made.
Yeah.
We can make tweaks, adjustments as we were first year going through it. We haven't got anything to set for the future or down the line.
Yeah.
It's 4 years is a long time. If you've got something in 4 years about AI,
Yeah.
it could become completely different by the time that we get there. It
Yeah.
could be outdated sources that we're reading. It could be outdated writing that we're doing.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're able to make the tweaks, and because it's so new, not much is going to change.
Yeah.
And the stuff that we're going to learn is actually going to be useful in the real world because of how new it is.
Yeah. No, that's really good. And have you always been interested in AI?
Because of how new it is, I
Yeah.
wouldn't go. I've always been interested. I'd say
Yeah.
that it's a new fondness for me, looking
Yeah.
into how it works and how we can actually use it, because we're
Yes.
starting to implement it into our company now as well. So if we can learn how to use it to its 100% effectiveness,
Yeah.
I can use that within my company, and I can
Yeah.
help my company use that.
Yeah. That's really good. So you're learning and implementing straight away.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what would you say are the benefits of a degree apprenticeship over full-time study?
Jesus, where do I start?
Well, yeah.
I think the big one is not going 40 or 50 grand into debt that you're having to going to pay back for the next 2 decades if you're lucky.
Yeah.
There's so many different activities that you can do in comparison to full-time study.
Yeah.
You're not living day to day. When you're at uni and you're in accommodation that have friends like this, they are literally waiting from paycheck to paycheck. They are sat eating pot noodles every single night and day just to keep some food in it. And because of your loans, because of your rent, because of everything going off, there isn't enough funding for them to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
When you're an apprentice, you're getting the same, you can get the same lifestyle as them because you're getting an actual wage. You can go and rent, and you can go and do whatever you want, and you can still have luxuries with what you want to do.
Yeah.
The problem with uni is once you've got all of that, you're budgeting for the next 3 or 4 months, and you don't know if you can afford to go out. You don't know if you can afford to have a drink, or you don't know if you can buy this food. It's a hard life. And there's also another benefit with, I know it is 4 years instead of 3 years.
Yeah.
However, if you do a placement at uni, it makes it 4 years, which
4 years,
most people do that anyway.
Yeah.
Either to get a bit more money or to get that on the CV.
Yeah.
By the time that they finish that, we've got 4 years of work experience within our line of work, and we've also got the same level as a degree.
Yeah.
It makes no sense of why you would want to choose full-time study over a degree apprenticeship, because anything that you can say, we've done better, literally.
Yeah. No, that's really good to hear. So have you got any advice for people who are looking to find an apprenticeship position?
Yes. Apply for as many as you can.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you have to say no to 25 of them. It's better to have that 25 than none.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes around to A-level results and you've got your 5 lined up, you've got into 4 of your unis, and then you look at your apprenticeships and then you've gone, oh, I haven't got any. I'm going to have to go to this uni instead. I
Yeah.
didn't really want to go to that uni, but I wanted to
Yeah.
go and do that.
Yeah.
Just go on the government website, look for what you're interested in, and apply for as many as you can.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is. You can move, because you may have to move for uni as well. And you can always you can always say no.
Yeah.
You're not confirmed into anything until you've signed the contract sheet.
Yeah. So what is that actual application process like in terms of, is it easy to navigate the government website? Is there any tricks that people should use?
Some of them are very weird.
Yeah.
So you can apply for them, and then you have to like play 5 mini games or something like that.
Right.
Some of them are so weird. You put
Yeah.
your CV in, press next, and then you've got to do a reaction time game.
Right.
Which okay. I mean, I
Yeah.
like games, but it's just odd. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what they're trying to measure, how long you actually stay on it for, or
Yeah. So just go with it.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's quite easy for most of them. You just click apply, it takes you to
Yeah.
the website, put in your CV, answer a few questions.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, in a day you can get 10 done,
Right.
if
Okay.
not more. And
Yeah.
if you spend, or to be fair, you probably should very much finish applying now, because most of them are finished or
Okay.
going to be finishing soon. So
Okay.
if
This
they
is
wanted to apply,
September.
yeah, if they wanted to apply, they need to apply now, because they fill very, very quickly.
Right.
I
Okay.
think there's only, so there's 30,000 apprenticeships going, and only 2,500 of them are degree apprenticeships per
Right.
year.
Okay.
That's why they go so quickly.
Right. Okay. That's really good to know. And is there ever an interview process, or is it literally you're uploading your CV and that kind of thing?
No, it goes through different stages, just like
Yeah.
any job.
Yeah.
You go through clearing, then you move on to the next stage, and then interview stage, and then in person.
Yeah.
There's 4 or 5 stages before you get the job.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to be ready for it.
Ready. Yeah. Okay. And are those interviews a mixture of, I guess you just said that, haven't you? Someone online, and then some later down the line are in person.
Yeah. Some of them did both.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Brilliant. Okay. So what about students who have no idea what they want to do next? Have you got any advice for them?
Yeah, honestly, when I came out of A levels, I was very confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I don't think anybody does.
No.
But most people, I'll give a few people some credit. They know what they want to do. But even when you come out of uni, you may have your degree, you may move into a job that's going to be likely.
Yeah.
And then in 10 years' time, you're going to be doing something completely different. And you won't be doing that.
Yeah.
It'll be completely different of what you wanted to do, or what you were set out to do.
Yeah.
But you'll be happier.
Yeah.
Or making more money, either one, whichever one you want to look at.
Yeah.
What advice would I have? I don't. I want to say do what makes you happy, but do what's needed as well.
Okay.
Think about what you're going to need in the future.
Yeah.
Because my dad's been in IT for 30 years. But he's got he went and did an English degree.
Yeah.
Some of the jobs that you need in IT or any industry are looking for a degree, just to get over that boundary. Because if you don't have a degree, some people just throw it away.
Yeah.
Even if it's a degree in sociology, but you're looking to go into IT sales, they will still look at that degree. They will still look at your CV because you've crossed that boundary. So think about what you wanted to do in life. Think about how you want to get there. And think about what you need.
Yeah. That's really good advice. And actually, I spoke to someone who's a head of apprenticeships at an investment bank a couple of weeks ago, and she said similar, actually, that actually the degree subject doesn't matter because it just shows that you are kind of determined and disciplined to learn.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point. So do what you enjoy, but think about your future. I think that's great advice. And I think going back to your earlier point about talking to people as well, it's really important.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Ethan. I really appreciate your time, and thank you to anyone that's been watching or anyone that watches back later on. And I'll be back again in a few weeks when I'm talking to Kaylee Fryer, who's the Events and Belonging Coordinator at Reading Students' Union. So looking forward to chatting to her as well. Okay, so again, thank you very much, Ethan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you very much for having me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.